Friends, my name is Parshir and today I am going to simply present a Java program that solve a common multi-threading issue in banking system, which is race condition during withdrawals. Here the scenario is that there are two types of user 1 and user 2. User 1 are going to debit some money from the one account, and at the same time user 2 are also debit some money from that account, but this is not allowed in banking system. So we will use a synchronized block or synchronized method to resolve this issue in the Java program. Here the scene is that user 1 are going to debit 75 rupees from that account, and user 2 are also going to debit 75 rupees from that account, but this is not possible because in the in our account there is only 100 rupees available, and user one only one user at a time will debit some money from that account. Therefore we will use the synchronized block or synchronized method to achieve the goal of synchronization. Synchronization means only one user can will access the account and will debit some money or credit some money in account. Let's implement the code to perform the operation on the banking system. First of all, we will create a program for non-synchronized method, which will leads to the problem of risk condition. Let's implement. First of all, we have to create a new Java project. We have to give name like multi-threading application and finish. Let's create a new Java class in the multi-threading application project. First one is banking system. We will give the name to the class which is banking system without using synchronization. It is not necessary to give such a type of long name, but for better understanding, we will give that name and finish that class. Okay, now we have to now we have to create a one main method in our banking system without using synchronization class. Then we will create a main method, and we have to create a new another class which is bank account, and create a object of that account. So there is error because we cannot generate a class. Then we will generate a class. Okay, there is another class which is bank account. Okay, now here we have to create another class which is used for withdrawal money. Then withdrawal, which implements a thread class. Therefore, we will give the name withdrawal thread T1 and simply pass the object of bank account to that thread. Here we will simply pass the object of bank account class to the withdrawal thread constructor. Here we have to create another object of the withdrawal thread. So we will simply copy and paste that object. Here is some error because we will not create a withdrawal thread method or class in our program. Therefore, we will create it first. Okay. And we have to extend a thread class to achieve the goal of multi-threading. Okay. Now our setup is ready for performing operation on the banking system application. Here is another error. Okay. Here we will not create a parameterized constructor. Therefore, we will pass the bank account class object to the withdrawal thread method here. So here the error is gone. Now in withdrawal thread method or class, we have to simply create a run method because we will extend the thread class in our withdrawal thread method class. Sorry. So we will create a thread method, a run method in our program. Here we will create a simple run method in our program. So here we will pass the object of bank account, which is account. So here we have to create a global object of that withdrawal thread method in our class of withdrawal thread. So we will simply create a bank account object and we have to initialize with this method, this dot account equal to account. So here we will simply initialize the value of account object to the global account object which is in the withdrawal thread method. So this is used for calling the another method which is available in bank account class, which is we have to create it first. The method is used for withdrawal money from the account. So we will simply create a void withdrawal method and pass some amount to that withdrawal method. Here, first we have to give some amount at the starting of the code. Here we will simply give some amount like we will give some 100 rupees in our account. So we have to display which thread are going to execute first. So we will simply print the name of thread by using the method thread.currentThread method. And to get a name from the thread, we have to use a thread getName method. So simply thread.currentThread dot getName method, which is used to get the name of the thread, and we will pass some message like thread 1 is going to withdrawal. Okay. Here we have to check first if our balance here balance if our balance is greater than amount. If and only if we have to debit some amount from our bank account. So it will simply minus balance from our account. Okay. So we will give some slip for some while like 2 seconds. Then we have to write that slip method in try or catch block because it will generate exception. Therefore, we will simply use try and catch block to throw the exception. Here we will write thread dot slip method and pass 2000 millisecond. Okay. Now our function is ready and we have to give some message in our class. If amount is debited from our account, then we will give some message. Which thread are going to debit that name of thread. Withdrawal plus amount money. Okay, money name rupees. In the remaining part, in the else block, we have to give some message like no insufficient balance in our account. Therefore, we will give the message. Okay, now our function is ready to execute. Here we simply pass the withdrawal method. Withdrawal method using the object of account class, and we have to pass some money to the withdrawal method. Okay, now our application is ready without using synchronization block. Now we have to simply start the thread t1 dot start and t2 dot start. Okay, now let's run our code. Simply run the Java application. Okay, there is something error. Okay, in the withdrawal thread class. Okay, here we will use account object in capital A form and here is small a. Therefore, we will change it with capital A. Okay, now again run our Java application. Okay, now here the problem is that thread 1 is going to withdraw and thread 0 is also going to withdraw. Thread 1 withdraws 75 rupees and the balance is 25 rupees. This is a perfect, but at the time of when thread 0 is going to withdraw 75 rupees, then it is also withdrawal. This is not possible in banking system. Therefore, we have to use synchronization block or synchronization method to recover this situation. Therefore, we will use synchronization block. Let's again run our code here. Again, the output will be changed and the remaining balance is showing that minus 50. This is not possible. Therefore, we will use the synchronization method. Here, only use the synchronize keyword to achieve the goal of synchronization. We can also use synchronization block by using synchronize keyword and pass this to this. Okay, and here before withdrawal, close the synchronization block. Okay, this is also allowed. Otherwise, you can use synchronize keyword here. Anyway, can be possible, but here we will only use the synchronization block. Now let again run our code. Now here the output is the perfect because at that time thread 0 is going to withdrawal and thread 0 withdrawal 75 rupees and the remaining balance is 25 rupees. And again thread 1 is going to withdraw but is display the insufficient balance message. It is a perfect output which we need. Let's again run our code. Okay. The output is perfect. Now this is the simple code to perform the synchronization in the banking system to remove the race condition. I hope you will understand this topic very easily. Thank you.